Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and today I am taking apart this 4340 parts plow. We already robbed the hub off of it to fix that semi-mounted plow. I'm not usually in the habit of parting things out, but this plow is going to give its life to save 4 others, so I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. But we need today this front part of the hitch here. So I will show you in a minute what we're going to use this for, and we'll also need a hydraulic cylinder, and I just so happen to have rebuilt another one of those just the other day, so we'll watch the footage from that right now. On our list of things to do today, I think we'll put back together this other hydraulic cylinder. I got another kit and I might as well do it while I'm thinking about it, because I can always use a hydraulic cylinder and it doesn't do any good to just sit here in pieces. So we'll get going on that. See if I can get this apart in record time. Probably not, but come on. There we go. Come on out of there. Wiper seal. Very, very sad situation. Piston rod seal here. Again, like the other one, just chunks. This one is kind of more intact if I can get it pried out of there, but I think it's just gonna disintegrate as it goes. It'd be nice to get somewhat of a section of it out of here, but this one is coming out more completely. That other one, it would come out and there'd be pieces stuck in there in the corners and things. It seems like this one, when it does come out, it comes all the way out. There, we just got a big chunk out. Come on. There we go. Look at all that nice stuff. Add it to the collection of the other one. Just got another little part of it in there. There we go. I think we're there. Scrape some of this other crap off of there. We've got our O-ring and backup ring here. Now we can clean on this a little bit. We should be ready to put the new stuff in. Alright, we got that cleaned up. Now, we'll put that piston seal in, which is the hardest thing of the whole project, as you remember. And we will grease it up good, because we have to bend and contort and everything imaginable to this poor thing. Oh, what fun this is. You kind of twist a little bit, helps sometimes, and get it started in that groove. There, we got part of it started. There, we're getting it. Half in and half out. And so you can't pry it because it wants to fold it over the wrong way. So you got to just push down. There. Almost. So close. There. Alright. We got that in. Really not too bad. We'll put this in now. Well, that's good. When you turn it upside down and pull absolutely everything out of the box. That's a lot of fun. Oh. Pick a driver, any driver. We just need the flat side. There we go. Couple more for good luck. But that's on. Now we need this O-ring and backup ring. And remember, there are 2 different diameters. So we need to get the right one. Here's the backup ring. And I believe it's the bigger of the 2. Because the smaller of the 2 goes on the piston. Yeah, that looks right. Backup ring goes on first. As we've done this before. In case you're taking notes to critique me against my last performance. And that's on there. So this assembly's ready to go onto the rod. Now, remember, grease is your friend. You don't want to cut any of this stuff putting it on. So just go wild with the grease. I don't know if you see what I'm doing? There we go. And just gently get it onto there. Well, I don't see any pieces of seal, so that's good. Alright, so now, we're going to set that aside for a minute. We'll get back to work on this piston. Get rid of the wear ring. See about getting this out of there. And the last one, I think I just used this pick and it punctured right in. There we go. And an O-ring behind it. We'll clean this up a little too. Oh, also, if you are not thinking, there's one inside. We'll do that first so we don't forget that. But it's cleaned up. It's ready to go back together. Let's find the O-ring for inside. Okay, the O-ring inside is done. Now, we'll put this O-ring on. We'll put our little Teflon piece on, and this one has little notches in it. The last one did too. On the video I looked at it and I thought people are probably going to think it's cut, but for some reason that's the way it's made from new. It's got little notches on it. So we'll just get it in there. And the book says the less time you have this ring stretched, the less time it will take to return to its original shape. I'm just using a screwdriver to lift it and my thumb to push it over. And in a minute we'll go around and we will use the edge of the screwdriver if necessary to get it pushed over into the groove right. We should be able to do it by hand here. There. That looks pretty good. Put some wear rings on. Now this is ready to go on the shaft. Way too much grease on there already, that's good. But that's fine. We'll repurpose because we need that here in a little bit. Well, we'll finish this up tomorrow, but we will put our little sleeve back on like we did the last time, and we will hose clamp it up. That way it's ready to go whenever we get time to put it back together. I didn't tighten the nut yet on this piston. I'll do that before I put it back together. I'm pretty well done for the day. I just want to get this set so that it's ready for next time. So we'll leave it sit like that. I guess one more thing we can do is put our O-ring on our little valve here. That seal is good enough. Again, I'm not gonna fool with trying to change it because that's just a headache that we don't really need right now. This valve is kind of sticky though, and I don't remember what I decided on that. I think it just needs cleaned up on the pin. There we go. Got it out of there. Just a little crusty. Kind of gummy in there. Oh, we've got 4 things left. Those go together, I would say. Or do those go together? Those go together. Those are our O-ring and backup ring for the pipe on the cylinder. So that would leave this one to be our O-ring for here. I'll grease it up a little bit. And that assembly should be done. Well, finally, before we forget about it, let's change this. Backup ring and O-ring. Brittle and falling apart. There we go. We'll put a little bit on here, just to attract some dirt before we put it together. Well, let's zip this together real quick so we can have us another cylinder. Take our special clamp off. There, it's getting started. We'll grease this up good. Oh, come on, baby. Go down in there. There. Remember, we had to go past where we need to go so we can get this in, and then we'll pull it back out, thread in the elbow. Come on. Oop, that one's too far. Get a screwdriver. There. There we go. Got that pulled out. Hopefully this one won't leak like the last one. Now we'll put this piece on. Come on. Looks good to me. We got our ring on here that I forgot to clean. That's good. And I forgot that in our last one we robbed one of the lock washers from this. And maybe a bolt. So let's do some quick looking here. Here's another bolt, but no lock washer. Put that there so I don't lose it again. There's another bolt with lock washer. So that one's ready to go in. There it is. Found it back. Maybe. It's good to get them all started and then go to town on them. we go. Well, there we have another rebuilt cylinder. So we'll set this aside because you'll see it in another project coming up. But for now, that'll take care of this one. So here is what we need our hitch for. This is a recently acquired 4340 4-bottom plow. This is something that I have not seen around these parts. This is the first one I've run across, so it didn't bring that much money, so I thought I had to have it. And it's got a few issues. Number one being, wherever this was, it's obvious that the hitch was down in the dirt for a long time, and it's very rusty and crusty. So the hitch on my parts plow is a lot better shape. So I'm gonna just unbolt it here and swap, and then that'll be the way it should be. The other thing we need to do, we need to fix this up and weld it back. Somebody has already broke it once before and tried to fix it by welding a plate on it, and they even broke their plate. So we're gonna have to do better than that. And I don't know if that is a common thing on these. I've had 2 of them that have had broken handles like that, and then I have a third one that is perfect. So I don't know if that was a common issue or not, but anyway, that's something we're gonna have to address. And obviously we need a hydraulic cylinder, so we'll put the hydraulic cylinder on that I just rebuilt in the video you just watched. And the iron is kind of rough. You can tell it sat in the dirt, but it might actually plow. I don't know. I'm willing to try it like this. And then I've got some parts off of that parts plow that I can swap out if I have to. But really, overall, this plow is in pretty great shape. I mean, you can see all the remnants of original paint and stickers. Even on the back of the moldboards, you can see the super Radex. So that's pretty neat. But a 4340 4-bottom, and like I said, that's something that around here I just have not run across. So I think it fits nicely into my lineup of stuff. Eventually, when we get through the equipment tours of the tractors, we'll go on to implements, because I've got a lot of implements. So but anyway, pull type 4-bottom plow. So let's get started fixing it up a little bit. Okay, we'll try to finish getting this off of the parts plow. I heated it yesterday, and then I started not feeling the best. I have kind of a cold or something, so we'll get this off of here and then try to get the one off the other one, and then this should be the easiest thing to fix on it, is just swap one for the other. So, and I think it's probably gonna fight me the whole way, even after heating it. This back nut, I might be wrong, but let's see here. Can I wedge it up against it? There we go. Then if it falls off, I can hit the camera with the breaker bar. So it's a win-win. Oh, it's gonna fight me till the end. Almost. Here we go. All right. Whew. Well, you can see it pretty well. Took care of that bolt. We'll take a look at the one and the other one, but I have a feeling we'll probably just end up replacing this. Okay, so can we get this one loose? This has a side lock nut. You can see where it's been staked. So I don't know. We'll be trying this dry, so we'll see what happens here. Oh. Woo. It's gonna be a trick. I think I'll go get a something a little better than an adjustable wrench for this side, and then we'll try it again. All right, so let's put some juice on it. Maybe that will help us. Oh, it's gonna fight us to the bitter end. Well, there we go, maybe. Go that way. I gotta put you not in the line of fire here. There we go. Well, I punched the camera when that slipped off, so hopefully everything still works. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I don't like having to pull up. Is this wrench big enough to hit the ground? Probably not. Nope. Is it big enough to come against the frame? Yes. Just barely. Not quite. Let's see here. Let's do some experimentation. There. Nope, that's not right. There. Just took some engineering. And then it falls apart. Okay. But we'll get it. Too high. There we go. All right. I think we're almost there. There. It's wore just like the other one. No surprise. I think for now though, I'm just going to put it back in. It's not quite as... It's bad, but it's not bad in the same way. It's really wore on this side here, but I think it'll work for today. Just so I don't have pieces laying everywhere. I'll try to remember to get one when I'm in town next time. There we go. Okay, how do we want to do this? Let's put this on here. Let's try the wrench first. There we go. I think that'll do. All right, so that task is complete. So here we have a freshly rebuilt cylinder and some hoses, and we need to just put that where it belongs. So let's see if we can accomplish that. I got those hoses from Shoop, and great price, but they have a swivel end, and I hate swivel ends on these because they just eventually leak. So I put them towards the tractor, so in the hopes that maybe the leak will hit the ground whenever they do start leaking, instead of just dripping all over everything here. So anyway, that's why I did that, if you wondered. We'll put this in here and put the hoses on. Good. That's one of the nice things about these plows. It's got this piece here that'll fold up if your cylinder's retracted, so you don't have to fight to hook it up. So that helped us today. Next, it would be nice if this cylinder holder was straight up, or the hose holder. And I don't know what's going on here. I'm afraid to pull on it too hard because I'll probably break it. But whatever, let's just go hog wild on it. Nope, that's gonna break. Come on. There we are. I don't remember if that's where the other one is on the other plow. Seems awfully far back, but that may be right. Yeah, here's the 3 bottom, and it's broke off, but it was on that front bolt. And I don't remember if that's the way it was or not originally. And the parts plow, yes, it was on the front one because it's got that spacer. So we may put it back that way on this 4 bottom, but we can still put the hoses on as is. Oh, that's fun. All right, we got a hitch, we got cylinder hoses. Now we need to, I want to make a piece that fits on this rod that holds the hoses like the original, and we need to fix that handle. So we have 2 things to do still, and then this one will be, I think, ready to try whenever the opportunity presents itself. Well, let's see about getting our handle piece off of here so we can go take it and work on it at the table. Spray it with some juice. I don't know how good that'll do. There we go. Well, that's going to come loose easy, which must mean that it's going to be a fight to get it out of there. Should have brought a ratchet. Didn't think it was going to turn that easy. Okay, that's loose. Let's see if I can turn it from out here. I can, that's good. We have a chance of getting it out. Let's turn it all the way around. Break all that goop loose on it. Now, well, it's still somewhat holding. I should probably get this pin out. Got a cotter pin in here, and try to get that pulled out of here. Almost. There. Put this back in so we don't lose it. go. Put that back in so we don't forget it. Well, we'll get started on making one of these hydraulic hose holders. This is the one off of the 3-bottom plow I have. And I did look at the sales literature, and this rod is mounted in the back hole on the 4-bottom one, so maybe that's the way it was. In the picture where it's hooked up to the tractor, you can see it's leaning forward. Either way, we're gonna make one. So I got a hole drilled in this piece of flat steel. We're gonna bend it over and measure the length so I can cut it off, and then I'll drill a hole in the other end, and then I'll probably have to get a new eye bolt from town, and it looks like I probably should just get 2 because this one doesn't look to be usable. So we'll get started on that now. My plan is just to match up the 2 ends and clamp it and then bend it. Of course, they're 2 different thicknesses apparently, so that one's not going to work. Let's take that one out. There we go. This is thin enough, I think I can do it cold. There we go. A little bit of a sharp bend. Probably should soften that a little bit, but it'll work. And the next thing then is to measure the length. Well, I don't have a marker, so we'll just scribe it with a pick. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close. I see this isn't even quite the same width as the original, but this is what I got on hand, so we're gonna go with it. And we'll put a hole in it right about there. So we'll go saw this off and get that done. We'll check this out and see how this will go, but I think that'll work. It'll have to probably bow out a little bit like the other one, but it'll definitely clamp some hoses in there. Okay, we're gonna fire up the wheel of death here and see if we can get rid of the patches that somebody else put on. And my plan is we're gonna weld together the original first, and then I will weld a new patch on a longer distance, and I think that might work better. So we'll get started trying to cut these welds. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we got to get to it, so here we go. Hey, there we go. That worked out pretty good. I got into it a little bit, but I think it'll clean. So we'll clean that up a little, and then we'll cut the other piece off. So I'm about out of battery, but here's what I got. I welded the original side together, ground it smooth so our little catch here will fit. And then I also noticed that this thing has a slight bend in it when I went to weld the plate on. So I put a piece of steel on this side and went all the way down here and then went up probably another 6 inches past where they had theirs. And I'm hoping that will reinforce this piece. If this doesn't work, I guess I'll get another piece of steel and just start over from new and make a whole lever. But I'm going to try it this way, because if this is broken twice already, it must be a pretty weak point. So I got the visible side ground pretty smooth, so you can't really tell that there's something going on. And then this side is the low side of the bend, so it has a few little imperfections in it, but the spring will hide it because it lays on that side, so you won't be able to see that, hopefully, when it's on the plow, because this will be in front of it like that. So I'm happy with it. I'll get it cleaned up and painted and drill my 2 holes there so I can bolt the little catch on, and then we'll put it on the plow and see how that looks. Well, it's the next day, and here's the results of our project. We have our nice reinforced lever back on the plow, and you can't really tell that it wasn't supposed to be that way, so that's good. And of course it works, so we'll lift, or we can let it down. So that's what we want. And I got our hose holder done and hoses strewn in there. I think that's kind of the way they were, so that should be good. And this plow should be pretty close to able to hook up and go, and at least give it a test out sometime. So hopefully the weather will cooperate this spring and we'll get a chance to play with some of these. Even at $5 diesel fuel, I would like to take a few laps with the old plows, but we'll have to see how the weather turns out. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, give them a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.